Hey everybody, welcome. I am Mr. Giles. I am the husband of the famous Lee Giles, creator of Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool, and I am here to give you a quick introduction to fractions. So exciting. Let's get started. First of all, I have a cute little PowerPoint I want to show you. So I'm going to push share here and bring it up so you can all see it. Just a second here. Let's make it full screen so you can see it. We're going to look at a few things here real quick, and then we're going to practice together. Just the very basic stuff about fractions, okay? So let's do it. I think you guys probably know kind of what a fraction is, right? It's part of a whole. A fraction shows how much of a whole thing we're talking about, right? So let's take this circle as our whole, okay? This is the whole thing, one circle. And we can divide it into 4 equal parts. See how I did that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one is an equal part. And this area, where I'm pointing with my cool arrow there, is 1 part out of the 4, right? So it's a quarter of the circle. It's 1 part out of 4 equal parts. We got that so far, right? This is easy. Okay. Now, so the number of parts that we select to talk about out of the whole is called the numerator, and that number goes on the top of the fraction bar, right? For a fraction, you have 2 numbers, right? You have your top number and your bottom number, and a bar in between. So the one on top is the number of parts that we're talking about, and that's called the numerator, okay? So that's the yellow number there. Keep that in mind, numerator up top. Now, the bottom number is called the denominator, right? That tells us the total number of equal parts in the whole thing. So that's like what the numerator is out of. So that's your purple number there. And you can see it highlighted in the circle there. So we have 1 out of 4, right? 1 out of 4 parts of the circle is yellow. So the 1 is your numerator and the 4 is your denominator. So that might be a little hard to remember. One way I learned in school to remember that, those 2 terms, is numerator starts with an N and the word north starts with an N. And north is where on a map? Yup, it is like up, right? It's toward the top. So think of it as a north-ominator, okay? A numerator. It starts with N, just like the word north, so it's on the top. And denominator starts with a D, just like the word down. Oh yeah, see how it's all coming together? So it's like a downominator. Don't actually call it that though. It's really a denominator, right? But the D will help you remember that it's down. That's the down number, and the numerator is the north or the upper number. If that doesn't help you at all, if you think I'm crazy, just forget about it. Just remember numerator and denominator. Okay, so let's practice. In order to practice, we're going to get our handy-dandy whiteboard out here in a minute. But before we do that, let me tell you that you need a piece of paper, okay, that you can do a little bit of drawing on. So try to get a clean piece of paper, something to write with. You can go do that now if you want. You can even pause me for a second to go get that, okay? I won't be offended. Just pause me. Now, I need to give you like a pausing face, though, if you're going to pause me, right? Because you know how, like, if I'm talking and stuff and you pause me, I might be like, and that would be awkward. So I'm going to give you a pausing face, and when I do this face, you can pause me so that I look cool. Okay, you're pausing me, right? Anyway, okay, so it's time to start again. Hopefully you pause me. You got your paper, you got your pen or your pencil all set to go. Let's do it. So I'm going to take this down and bring the whiteboard up here, and we'll do a little practice. So hopefully you can see this. Let's see. So here's what we're going to do. It's going to be like we're in a pizza shop, okay? We're taking orders for pizzas. And your job is going to be, once I give you the order, you are going to draw a pizza and divide it into the right number of pieces to be able to do this order, to fill it, right? So let's do one together so you see what I mean. What if you had an order, oops, wait a minute, 3/4, like my nice handwriting here. Oh yeah, 3/4 pepperoni, okay? So you want 3/4 pepperoni. So how would you draw a pizza and divide it up into the right number of pieces to be able to do 3/4 pepperoni? Go ahead, try it. Take a minute, draw a circle. Most pizzas are circles, right? And divide it up in the right number of pieces. Did you do it? So probably something like this, right? Sorry, my circle's not perfect. And then you divide it like that into 4 pieces, okay? And then you'd have pepperonis like whoop, whoop on these pieces, whoop, 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 like my sound effects, whoops, random line there, whoop, whoop, okay? So these 3 pieces would have pepperonis on them, and then this piece would not. That would just be plain old boring cheese, okay? Sorry, it kind of looks like the pizza has measles or something. Kind of gross. I would not eat that thing. Anyway, do you get it? So 3/4 would be pepperoni. So you divide it into 4 pieces. Okay. Now let's clear that. So your next order is a little trickier. 1/6 pepperoni. 1/6 pepperoni. So I'll give you a minute to draw the pizza the way it should be so that you can place this order, right? 1/6 pepperoni. What would it be? Tricky, tricky, tricky. I'm gonna get a swig of coffee while you guys do that. Okay, so we have our circle, and let's see if I can do this. This pizza might end up looking a little crazy. So we can't just stop with 4 pieces, right? We need another line. There we go, 6 pieces. Now imagine these pieces are all equal, right? My lines are all crazy and stuff because it's hard to draw it perfectly, but imagine they're all 6 equal pieces. So it's something like that, so that you have 6 pieces, because your denominator shows your total number of pieces, which is 6. And one of them is going to have pepperoni. Doop, doop. Oh, these pepperonis look terrible. Okay. All right, so something like that, right? That is your very appetizing looking pizza right there. Did you get it? Let's do one more. I'm going to clear that out. Now, here's a tricky one. Brace yourselves. Your order is 3/3 pepperoni. Now let's do mushroom instead of pepperoni. Can't do pepperoni all the time. So 3/3 mushroom. I'd like my pizza 3/3 mushroom, please. And the pizza guy is like, all right. So how would you draw that? I don't know why you would call Domino's and order 3/3 mushroom. That'd be weird. So how would you do this? Any idea? Well, let's draw our pizza first. Whoop. Pizza's a little lopsided there. And then I'm thinking something like this. Chow. Chow. Into 3 pieces. Why? Because this number is your denominator, and that shows that you need 3 total pieces, right? Now, how many of them have to be mushrooms? Have to have mushrooms? 3 out of the 3, right? Because your numerator shows how many of the parts we're talking about. So that would be the whole thing, right? 3 out of 3 is actually equal to 1. So, oh, you know what? I'm drawing pepperonis. I should be drawing mushrooms. Let me see if I can draw a mushroom. Oh, yeah, check out that cool mushroom. You didn't know I could draw too, did you? All right, so imagine that there's mushrooms all over this thing. I'm not going to take time to draw. Actually, it looks like an alien head, doesn't it? Anyway, so there's mushrooms over the whole thing, okay? That is 3 out of 3. Did you get that one? Well, now you know if you didn't. And if you did, Fist bump. Okay, guys. Thank you. Hopefully you get a little bit more, like, have a little more understanding of fractions now. We'll see you next time. Bye. How do I turn this thing off? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Just testing you. Okay.